Hello everyone, and welcome to a new series of my tutorials about how to make camera movement along your game area for demos and trailers. So let's go ahead and launch a new Unity project and start looking how to make it up. Unity, new project, and let's name it camera move or something like that. Create project. And so here it is. Here is the project. Now we can add a terrain game object because we will need to move over something. So game object, 3D object, terrain. Okay, terrain appeared right here. Now I want to import probably some trees because it's still very empty, and maybe probably some grasses and so on to set it up. So assets, import I think custom package, or no, I think it's environment. So here we are. I guess I only need I think environment. And I guess that's it. Import. It's skipping importing. So once we do it, we will place trees, grass, and we will make camera over the terrain, and that will be how I will be using this camera thing over the terrain. So okay, so now I can put trees, add tree. Let's place some conifers, for example, or broadleaves. Let's use broadleaves. Add mass place trees. Let's use just 100, it's enough. Okay. And then I want to put maybe a texture on the terrain, and that would be it. So a grass texture, for example. Grass hill, this one. Grass hill albedo. And add, and the whole terrain becomes grassy. So this is kind of standard Unity terrain with some standard trees and so on. Now if we click play, save, and okay, let's see, demo. If we click play, we would see that nothing happens because we didn't define anything, and camera is still on some kind of the corner of the terrain. It is not on the terrain itself. So let's go ahead and start doing things up for this thing. So here we have this main camera. Terrain is at 0, 0, camera is 0, 1, minus 10. So let's put something like 10 here and 10 here, and maybe about 5 meters above the terrain. And now the camera stands right over the terrain. But what we want to do here is to actually make for camera to move around the scene automatically through new places that it would be like exploring the area. And to do so, I will be writing a script. So create C# script, camera move. Now, it depends how much we want to do. But let's say we want to achieve some kind of nice movement, not something artificial or something. But let's say I want to move nicely in circles and some other curves around that it would explore the whole terrain. So what I can do here is to use some physically based forces or something like that. And to do so, I will start by defining vector free center public vector free center. So this will be my center where the camera will be attracted all the time, and the camera will move from its inertia. So if I attach the script here, now I can put center position. Now I know that camera and my terrain is I think it is between 0 and 512. No, it's up to 1000. So if I would put 500 on 500 here, it would be in the middle of the terrain. Yes. And now I can start doing things here. So firstly, script is attached on the camera itself, so I don't need to find any game object. So I can start doing an update function, the exact thing. So we will need velocity, public vector free velocity equals 3.0. Initially we're setting it up to 0, and then we want to move the camera with this velocity, but we want to modify the velocity based on the attraction of the center. So what we can do here is we can say transform dot position equals transform dot position plus v, where v is my velocity. Now, if I will keep like that, probably nothing will happen, and I even have some errors. Here was the error. Okay, we are back again. Okay, we probably don't want public, just vector free. And then if we start, nothing happens. And it shouldn't happen because we didn't define how velocity is changing. So how we can change velocity? Okay, let's see if I say v equals v plus something, yes, v plus, let's say, 0.1 f. It would mean that on each update, velocity is increasing by 0.1 meter. which is later added on the transform. Okay, I need to make it as a vector free, and I want to move along let's say x-axis, so like that. So now it should be working, and it should start moving, and it moves very fast. I don't need that kind of thing, and it moves not what I really want. It moves along the x-axis, but what I want to do is to actually move relative to this center, to my center which I want to move. So okay, so how we can do that? So instead of v plus some constant, we can actually use the distance between camera and the center. So instead of this, let me switch to C++. Instead of this, we would have v equals v plus the difference between my camera and the center. So it would be what it would be: center minus transform dot position. Yes. So that's it. That's what it would be. But if I would do that, this thing is very usually it would be very large, because my camera is at 1010 and center is at 500. So, and I probably need to put it at 5. So it would be about 500 meters long, and in each update it would hit 500 meters here. So what we want to do here is dot normalized, and then it would be just 1, and it would be to the direction of the center. But then we want some kind of coefficient, because we want to scale how fast it is actually moving. So let's save it up. Let's see what happens. And let's see, initially let's put 0.1 times this thing, or 0.01, like here, like we had here. And now we should have some kind of oscillations if I wouldn't need to change the direction. Okay, so what's that? 0.01f. Yes. So okay, so let's go ahead and click and start looking what we can see. So here it is. We start moving, but it moves and it doesn't stop. So what we need to do next? We need to maybe it's a good idea to reduce it a little bit. And to look how it looks like now. It's still accelerating. Okay, so I suspect that the center is placed not in the middle, but on this place. So let's actually check it up by creating a new game object. Where is the center? If I place 500 by 500, yeah, so it's at this corner, so I need to move my center at 250 in order to see this kind of effect. So let's change this to 50 on 250, save and run, and now it should be working as it's supposed to. So it was accelerating, but now it is slowing down, I think, and it will start moving back again. So yes, so this is something like oscillations. Yes, so we are moving over the terrain, but it's not going in the circles or exploring or something. It's just infinite amount of oscillations from relative to this center point. So what we can do next is we also want to face our camera to the center point. So what we can do is transform dot look at, I think this one should be working, and look at center. Is it right? Let's just check it up. Okay. So now we will move forwards and backwards. Yes, and when we're crossing the center, the camera will switch and it starts looking backwards. Another thing what we can do is to look actually to the direction of V, to where it actually moves. So it would be something like this thing. Yes, and let's check it up what happens now. So we have the same thing, but we will not have switch at the center, but we will have switch at the end, probably. Yes, so we are approaching that corner. And then we will start going back now. So it switched direction at this point when it started to go back. The camera turned around 180 degrees and we're going again to this corner. Now that would be terribly boring if our cinematic camera would do just that. So we wanted to make something more interesting here. And what we want to do is to actually let's start moving this center of interest. Let's write our new function, void move center. Yes. And now what we want to do is to actually move it. So center, to move it, how we can move it? Randomly, maybe. If randomly, then it would be center plus random dot inside unit so okay, so now inside unit circle it would be vector 2, so we need to convert it to vector 3 now. Yes, that's true, because I think it would be only x and y being used, and so vector 2 rand equals random inside unit circle. Then we can write vector 3 v3 equals now we want to make it x and z. Yes, so new vector 3 rand.x 0, because we don't want in y any movement, rand.y feeding into z. Yes, and instead that I can put v3. Yes, now we need another coefficient here, because it would be random inside unit circle, and unit circle is by unit 1, so it can be something like between 0 and 1 position can be changed. So let's actually go ahead and firstly try it as it is, and then we can increase or decrease by a coefficient. By putting a coefficient similar like we did here, we can do it something like here. So we can call move center here, and then as we can move center, oops, something bad again. No, there is nothing bad, it just Unity messes up. Okay, this one I don't need anymore. Okay, so now I can start moving like that, and it will probably start oscillating around, not in the not in a such boring way like we have seen it before, but something like a little bit more interesting. So here we can see that we are no longer in the corner. And now we're moving there. Maybe it would work better if I would be pointing always to the center, and I would need probably to put this randomize thing a bit larger. So actually this one is okay, because if it would be jiggling around, it would be the camera would be shaking, so it's not very good idea to put when the center is moving now. So what to do next is to increase this random movement. So let's actually place something like 5 times. That should do a work. Okay, we can start moving it up. It's moving somewhere around. we hitting the corner, which we don't like very much. We want to stay probably all the time over the terrain. So what we can do actually is to put camera more closer to the center. So camera is right here now. But if we put like 400 on 400, it would be close to the middle. Actually, it's more closer to the corner, but 200 to 200 would work. Yes. Okay, so now we can see that it starts to move around. And as it does, it kind of explores the area around. It moves in something in circles or something like orbits or something, and we can see that it's starting to move really quite nicely here. We can play a lot with coefficients, but this is actually the idea about this camera thing. Now I think I cross the edge again. Probably my center moved out of the limits, or it's just injected so much energy into camera that it moves out. Yeah, I see that center is out of the edge, probably somewhere, or very close to edge. It's 40, 44. Yes, so that's basically the idea about it. And yeah, and that's basically it. That covers my tutorial how to make a very simple camera movement, cinematic camera. Maybe I will do a next tutorial to improve it a little bit with the drag forces and something else like changing height over the terrain or something like that. But that's basically how you can get started it to work around. So hope you like it, and see you next time.